Chapter 1. Spain, September 1936. In the last autumn of her life, the girl lay on her back, nestled in the pale, whispering grass beneath the Andalusian sun. Clouds idled overhead, and her gaze followed a solitary white butterfly, flying low with the breeze. She rolled over, wound on the film in her Rolleiflex, and held the camera to her eye. "There you are," Kappa said, stretching out at her side. He squinted, gazed up at the hillside. 3 militiamen were standing there, rifles cocked, aiming out across the plain towards the mountains. "I've been looking all over for you. I thought I'd lost my pequeña rubia, my little blonde." He kissed her shoulder, swung his Leica around. "You look like a vixen hiding out in the grass here." Side by side, sun glinting on the camera lenses, they began to shoot.
"I was bored. It looked like you were set playing cards for the afternoon."
Gerda focused on the men. The lens turned smoothly beneath her fingertips as she framed her shot. First the stalks of grass, then the sweat-streaked faces of the men swimming into focus. The harsh sun beat down relentlessly on them, cicadas singing on the hillside. "There's nothing going on here, just crowds of guys parading and eating the best hams in town." Kappa edged forwards, his elbows stirring the dry earth. She could taste the dust, the salt on her skin as she licked her lips. She was hungry, she realized suddenly. But the light had been so good and clear this morning. She hadn't wanted to miss the chance of capturing the perfect shot.
"We need something good to send to Vue magazine, André. It's time to get back to Madrid. Where are we, anyway? Near Espejo?"
"Yeah, somewhere near Córdoba. I think we're heading to Cerro Muriano." Kappa eased the lens around. She sensed he was distracted, onto something. He was often like this when he was working, caught up in the moment of the photograph. Gerda remembered chasing a butterfly as a child in Germany, trying to catch it in her cupped hands. Sometimes photography felt like that to her. A luminous, perfect flash of colour and light just out of her grasp. They were both hunters, she realized. Hunters of light. She noticed Kappa had his camera trained on a militiaman who stood alone on the hillside, his rifle in his right hand. The soldier's white shirt was tucked into a leather cartridge belt, but he looked like a civilian, more like a young guy out shooting rabbits than a man at war. "We're too far away from them." He began to inch forward on his stomach. "What am I always telling you?"
"If the photo's no good, you're not close enough."
Gerda pushed her red-blonde hair away from her face. Kappa grinned, a soft, purring laugh bubbling up. "You're learning." He clenched his fist and pushed it into the air. "Forward!" They scrambled up the hill, laughing like children, her rope-soled shoes slipping silently on the dry grass.
"There,"
she said, raising her camera to her eye. She fired off a couple of shots, capturing 2 soldiers whose rifles pierced the sky like the blades of grass beneath their feet, their tanned faces the color of the earth.